Welcome to the channel, Unorthodox Tarot. So this reading is for the zodiac sign Scorpio. Sun, moon, and ascendant, heavy on the sun sign. So for this reading today, Scorpio, I got survival. Okay, that's just the base of this reading, survival. This could be surviving a family toxic situation. This could also be street survival, survival sex, hustling. But, I just got heavy energy around survival. So for this past energy, I feel like you're dealing with, Scorpio, for some out there, at least, whoever it resonates, there is a past situation here with the way a person grew up. If this is a Scorpio woman, there could be some things that you learned from in your past that, made you understand early on that love came with some type of exchange. I'm getting mother of coins here, daughter of baskets, coins, survival, and six of baskets. So I just feel like this could be a situation, whether this is a male or female situation. Somebody grew up on survival. Somebody was raised to believe that, you have to give a little to get a little. This was definitely not a person who was raised on an unconditional foundation when it came to, emotions and how to love, basically. This could be somebody also, too, if this is a Scorpio out there. I got big house, I got institution, I got big house that came out. Big house came out twice next to this mother of sticks. So I feel like if this is a male, you could possibly be incarcerated. This is somebody who either is currently incarcerated or is in and out of jail. This could be also a female who has experience being in and out of jail. But I'm sensing that if this is a love connection, a soul tie situation, if this is a male, I feel like this is somebody who can talk a good game, and this is somebody who's using what they got to get what they want. This could be a Scorpio out there who could be laying on a woman's couch or using a woman financially or doing whatever they have to do. This is for, any cross watchers out there, but this is a Scorpio I feel like is doing whatever they have to do. And this can also be a male or female who grew up, like I said, in a survival mode type of situation where they learn how to read a room early on based on their emotional state and how they grew up. It's just like they're very sensitive to energy. But I feel like if this is a male, this is somebody who it could possibly be using a woman. You have love affair next to escape. You have love letter, flames, with this 8 of coins. So yeah, this could also be a karmic situation. The number 8 came out twice. So yeah, this could also be a karmic situation. You could be dealing with a woman that you could be using, you could be a charmer. This is somebody who also is heavy on working out. So this could be a fitness trainer. This could be somebody who is very in shape. I'm getting kind of short and stocky in stature. But yeah, this is somebody who takes good care of themselves. But this could also be a Scorpio man who just he probably don't have no money. You know what I'm saying? With this ace of coins underneath big house, he could possibly owe a lot of institutions. He could possibly be on probation in between jobs. It could be a struggle. It's hard out here. Shit. The price of the cost of one apartment today is damn near past $1,200. So it could be a struggle for him right now. So it's if he is dealing with a woman, he might not be faithful right now. He might not be true. But like I said, his Mars could be in Gemini. So he can be a slick talker, fast thinker, quick on his feet. But yeah, it's survival mode. And if this is a woman, Scorpio, like I said, this could just be somebody too who could possibly be dealing with a man herself. And she's only in it for the money. I also get heavy prostitution. Look, don't blame me. Blame the energy, that's why it's unorthodox. But I also get some prostitution energy, I gotta do what I gotta do. This is somebody also who has experienced a lot of heartache, emotionally and mentally. But I feel like they went through a phase where they could have done a lot of time in prison or just in and out of jail. But this is somebody who if this was a female, I feel like you could have possibly been in girls' school. You started off going to girls' school at an early age, or, you just live fast, live hard. You had to grow up fast, grow up hard, and your surroundings didn't help. I'm getting a lot of mother energy, but I'm getting a lot of toxic mother energy with this read. And it's just it's given you have to unlearn a lot of the things that you've been taught. But I feel like either way, if this is a love soul tie situation, I feel like you're not really in a state right now to love. It's everything right now is an exchange. And I feel like it's because of how you grew up. I feel like this is somebody who could possibly be cold. This could possibly be you or whoever you're dealing with. Take it how it come. But, this is somebody who could definitely possibly love to gamble. This could be somebody who likes to use people to get from one point to the next. You have soul tie here. I always feel connected to you with many flames. It take many times and many tries to find the right one. Take a break when you need to and don't give up. But with this toxic masculinity card that came out twice, I just feel like this is somebody who is only connected to get from one point to the next. So like I said, if you are a cross watcher and you're dealing with a Scorpio man, yeah, he's only using you to get from one point to the next. You know, he's in survival mode, and you are coming in heavy for this man. You know, for whatever affair or whatever you got going on when y'all escaped or whatever. You know, because escape came out to escape came out next to fantasy, love affair, titles, and exclusive. So yeah, this could be somebody you possibly could have met. You could have met this person at a gym too. Like I said, this could be a fitness trainer. You could have met him in a fitness class or at a gym. But this is somebody like, you know, they're willing to do whatever to keep this love connection. But like I said, this whole reading was given exchange. You know, it's like I give to you, you give to me. Like we're connected, but we're not. I'm getting what I need out of this situation to survive. But it's definitely given that whoever is doing this to you or whether you're doing this to them, Scorpio, I feel like it's just going to leave them struggling alone. You know, as long as you need someone, you're going to always be in the position to struggle. You know, it's just, there's no leadership energy. It's like, this is somebody who knows how to hustle. You know, this is somebody who has a gift of gab, but they just can't form solid foundations for themselves. And it's like every connection that you get in or that you're a part of is based on what can you do for me, or exchange to where you don't even know how to love. I mean, for some out there, or either you could be dealing with this, a person who you're overly given to in a connection, and you know this person don't know how to love. You know, this is somebody who probably is gullible, and like I said, you could be somebody who just have the gift of gab, you know. But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, it's just going to leave them struggling alone. So if this is you or this is them, you know, it's going to be an ongoing cycle. But I'm definitely getting heavy Mars and Gemini, and these are the slick talkers. You know, so if you know anybody with Mars and Gemini, or if you're Mars and Gemini, yeah, these are the slick talker, the fast talker, the scammers. You know, these are the ones that think fast. They're the hustlers, you know, of this this placement is a hustler placement. So, you know, yeah, they, you know, especially in a love connection. Now, if you got that placement on top of, like, let's say Gemini moon, you know, and a Sagittarius sun, you know, look out, because they ain't loving nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just not gonna happen, you know. So it's like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm also getting Scorpio moon, Mars and Scorpio, Pluto Saturn aspects. I also would say like Neptune in the 7th or 8th house, and Pluto in the 1st, 7th, or 10th house. So that's what it's given, you know, and heavy Lilith in Capricorn and Lilith in Scorpio. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm just getting like, you know, this is a survival situation, and this is a person also who is hyper vigilant. So they know like whatever they get into could possibly fall or burn. So they just kind of like, they're in and out. You know, that's why I say it's giving very much hustler. But this is somebody who constantly learn the hard way. You know, could be possibly very intelligent and very swift in how they move, but they just don't have a solid foundation at this current time. So it's like, you know, and that's because they're not being true. You know, whoever this is not being true, and they're not building nothing from the ground up. They're using everybody as a stepping stone to get from one place to another. So, and this could be a Scorpio or whoever this is doing this to the Scorpio, but that's what I get. So, if you are a Scorpio and this energy resonates with you, leave a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.